Say the car. Like that, I stopped. She told me that lady. I was saying it did the same thing. Back it up the car. I'm walking right behind it. I see it's backing up. So I moved. So what the hell? She said also, did I go sit you? I said, yeah, everybody look out. I was scared. Well, probably looking at the mirror to see. And she went to walk away. Besides, she was. Yeah,
So, thank you.
Okay, that's. I'm sorry.
you got it out here, right? Got a great. It's gorgeous.
That's not. That's not.
I think I love it. I think it's light gray.
So she said, so it can't be a deficit.
But again, I pie.
Yeah.
Roll down. Yeah. Oh, really? That's the third place I heard.
No, they didn't.
It is, Dan knows.
They're from Beacon.
Look up March, which.
Yes, we'll get started, everyone, if everyone can rise, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, trustee Knighty,
I'm here.
trustee Ellis,
Here.
deputy mayor Younger. I am present. Trustee Briggs is absent with notice. So we have our public hearing tonight for local law number 4 of 2025. The purpose of this local law is to extend the duration of the special reserve fund, also known as the mountain money. It is proposed to be extended for the maximum extent of the original law would allow, which is 20 years. And that will be at 6:15. We'll start off with approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So we have a guest tonight from the county, Tony Roser, the director of UCAT, to provide us some updates on scheduling. Tony, would you like to come up to the front?
Right here?
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And thanks for all the comments that we received from Ellenville residents. And last week I met with the town board of Borsing about the new schedules that we have in place. And I just wanted to give a little update on our schedules. So our EU route that used to come through Ellenville is now changed to just the E route. And there was some controversy about us not going into Healthy Way. And last week I had the opportunity to explain to everybody how the system was working. And then they gave me their concerns. So over the course of the week, we spoke to the drivers, some passengers, and of course, everyone that was at the Woolworthing meeting. And we made some changes. So now we are able to go into, we are going into Healthy Way at 8:25 every single morning. That is updated and on our website now. And our CL bus, which meets up with the E bus at Development Court, which is DSS in Kingston, will now go there at 2:17 and 2:18, and then head down to Schwank Drive, which will enable everybody to get to the plaza at that time. So we did some adjustments to those two routes, and hopefully that will work for the residents of Ellenville and help people.
And did those route changes go into effect already?
Those route changes went in, so the ones that I just mentioned, they went into effect today. The original changes started last Monday.
Any
Any
comments from the board,
questions?
any questions? Any questions from the public? Patty?
So I saw somewhere that it's not picking up when I'm at Newport's college. Is that also?
So that's on the E-bus.
Yes.
However, our CL route does the route to the college.
And was the times changed or it's still 3 o'clock?
To
I think that was.
pick up where?
Somewhere at the college for reforms to get people back down, but I would assume.
So they will pick up at the college. SUNY New Paltz, they pick up at Off Drive 12:30 and then 4:12.
So I think that, I think it was 3, so that's probably better for the students later for a while.
4:12, what we did when we constructed these routes, we called the school to see what were the most convenient class times starting and ending.
Chris?
So these numbers, these changes are since the sheet that you had at the.
Yeah, so I put the updates on the website.
Okay, so
However, we didn't print new schedules because we had like thousands. But the next round of schedules we'll have, which will be in 2 weeks, we'll have the new updates on
the new numbers on the.
them.
And you said we can find the new schedule on the website.
So I put the updates on our website and our Facebook page, just a blurb. But the schedules will be updated by IT by the end of it. Fix them up. We just rolled out the new Ulster County website, so our IT department was a bit busy.
Sure. Can appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming down,
Thank
and
you.
again, thanks for, considering the feedback of the community, the emails that a lot of us have been sending over the last month. That's good government, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. And anything you need, just give it.
And I'm just wondering, has the usage really gone up a lot, like from this area? Are you tracking like year to last year at the same time, or the summer at the same time?
So I tracked the last 2 quarters of last year and the first 2 quarters of this year so that we included the college students, because if we do it through the summer, it's not a real reading. And yes, ridership has gone up extremely in after year since 2022 when we put free fare.
Thank you.
Okay, if you need anything else, just you
We have about 6 minutes until the public hearing starts. Is there anyone else here to speak to the board tonight for any reason that's not on the agenda? Anyone?
Well, I have a question and then maybe I have something to say.
Just gonna have you.
Were flags in this village, that are under the jurisdiction of the village lowered, for Charlie Kirk?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay, so
What flags were lowered specifically?
I believe someone said the post office, maybe.
They would.
9/11?
Yesterday, was it yesterday 9/21?
Say that again.
It was yesterday 9/21.
So the post office, I can't speak to. We did lower the flag on Liberty Square for 9/11.
And like every year.
Yeah, every year. The post office, I wasn't aware of, but it's also, they are technically under federal jurisdiction, which, if they order.
Yes, the village we didn't authorize any flag lowering, we don't know if somebody else.
Right.
We as a village did not
Okay.
lower.
That's what I need to know. And just to, for the record, of course, the NAACP of which we represent, was, categorically denounces the violence of what happened, but certainly denounce his racist, misogynistic, anti-immigrant, xenophobic rhetoric. That was violent. So I just want to, that his rhetoric was violent rhetoric. So just to say that, of course, we would not condone any honoring of someone who dismissed the Civil Rights Act of 1965 as awful. So I just wanted to kind of so we first wanted to clarify if it was the village, order or whatever. So that, thank you.
Yeah, no
Clarify
problem.
that.
Yeah, I totally understood. Yeah. Thank you both. Okay. Chief, do you want to give a quick report before the public hearing? Do you want to wait until after?
I'd love to stay. No, we had it's been a busy time. We had really busy last week. Domestics, everything's in progress. Everything's been closed out. We did have one officer get hurt as a result of a warrant. The guy was wanted in the city of Oswego for gun possession. Then asked to go to the hospital for detox. Took him down there. Became violent down there. Was taken into, had to be physically restrained. Officer got hurt out until police now. Full time officer put out until police talked over. Once they violent, he just became non-compliant with the officer. That's all right. We are looking for obviously the curfew again for Halloween and Devil's Night, 8:30 for below 18. So I ask the board to consider that in the resolution later evening, or if they want to.
Sure.
Put that out there
For the next meeting?
for the next meeting. It's going to be on the agenda. For the
Okay.
next meeting.
Yep.
8:32.
8:30. So for Devil's Night Halloween.
Yeah.
SROs are back in the schools. It's keeping us busy. But now we're getting ready to do some training upcoming for AED CPR or de-escalation or firearms training.
How's the wind down from the summer going right now?
It's been busy, but like I said, at least there's no more events on the horizon until the electric light parade in December.
Okay.
Welcome our citizen of the year, Juan Bruce.
Yeah.
Welcome. And congratulations on your achievement.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay.
Okay, so with that, I think we're right on the dot. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Good.
That one.
Okay, so with that, we'll, can I have a motion to open the public hearing, to discuss local law number 4 of 2025?
I'll make it.
Second. All in favor?
Okay.
Okay. So local law number 4 of 2025, as we know, the mountain money, when it was established over the course of 1996, 97 to 98, had a 30-year duration, for the reserve fund and the monies that were put into it. That original local law allowed, that when that fund was about to expire, or the local law would expire, that there was a provision allowing the village board and then the village itself through public referendum extend via a new local law that those monies in that reserve account, no new monies could be put in, whatever was left could be extended for a period no less than 5 years and for a period no greater than 20 years. We've had a couple of little conversations about it. We couldn't do it any sooner than 2 years before it would dissipate. We are within that 2-year window now. So with that, this public hearing, once it's closed, we will likely set a public referendum date where the village voters will vote to decide whether or not to extend that fund. So if anyone would like to come up from the public and speak on this local law, we would encourage you to do now for the public record. Roger?
Good evening. As you all know, we've got a bit of a predicament. We've got a village with some infrastructure problems. We have a village with revenue problems. We have a village that's swimming in debt. Now, I know a lot of people say you can't spend this amount of money, it's our backup, but you know what? We're never gonna get out of this. We keep this debt. We gotta get rid of it. Just do whatever we can, because we get rid of debt, we're not making the payments, eventually we get ahead of the game. We don't get rid of the debt, we're never gonna get out of it. And I remember, I know I was speaking to Evan, he said, well, unfortunately, we don't have any fund balance. So that's kind of our little nest egg. But you know what? The nest egg doesn't do any good if we're just paying and paying and paying and paying. If something happens, that then we'll take another loan out to fix whatever, God forbid, that's broken. But we have to do whatever we can to get rid of the debt. If we don't get rid of that debt, we're never getting out of this. I hope that the board will think long and hard, have much conversation before they vote next time, before they make their recommendations to people. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Would anybody else like to come up and speak to the board for public record? Any comments from the board before we close the public hearing?
Well, yeah, Roger, I certainly understand what you're saying about the debt that the village has incurred, over the years. And we have certainly tapped into the amount of money numerous of times, but the residents have always had a say in, what happens with the money. And I still would like for the residents to have a say, with what happens to the money if they agree that we need to spend it on debt, then do that. They choose to tell us to leave it there and, and figure something else out. I still, initially it was the residents that put it there and allowed us to use it, so my thought is to, leave it there, let the residents decide how we use it, how we've always done it in the past, so. That would be my comment.
I mean, I can see your point, but I think if it comes to a referendum, it should be put out, what are the options? Don't just say, we take it out, or we don't take it out. I think there should be some options, like, if we take it out, we could do this. You don't just say yes or no.
Yeah, no, and actually, just to clarify, this in no way changes the nature of what the money can be used for. We continue to allow it to be used for many different options. It's basically just pushing that date further out so that we can't arbitrarily, as a board, which would happen in less than 2 years now, effectively decide to use it on whatever we felt. This would give the public, like you said, Roger, those options to vote on. It's a unique thing, and I get where you're coming from, Roger, because we do have these many different issues that we have to try to tackle. And, just in consideration of the uniqueness of this one allocation of money, that I'd like the people, and that includes you, once this is done, nothing has changed. The public could come to us and say, we need to start chewing through our debt right now. This is our focus, and this is what we want to see the board attack. And we would certainly hear that and consider that. And then it would go to a public vote, and the public would get to decide on it.
Yeah, much like in the past, when we come to the residents, for an approval. For them to, or whatever our need was at that particular time. We specified what that need was and where the money was going to go, what it was going to be used for. And they make the decision whether we drew from it. So,
Well, when we put up a referendum to buy the gunk. That was, the board recommends we get this money to do this with it.
Sure.
And I'd like to see,
Specific.
if this goes to referendum, the board recommends or doesn't recommend doing it. I'd like to see some kind of recommendation from the board in favor of or against.
Yeah, and again, that's a conversation we wanna have, but this vote specifically, because of the nature of the local law, is just simply about extension. It's using a provision in that local law to extend it. So we can't muddy the two together simply because that was not the intention of that provision to have a use and an extension at the same time. We have to do one and then do the other. Okay. Anyone else?
The motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, which leaves us to scheduling the referendum. Ian said it has to be within 60 days, a public referendum. Since within 60 days of closing the public hearing. We have kind of a tight window. Obviously, we had the general election. We shouldn't do it then. Couldn't get it on the ballot in time. Looks like. So Michelle, we'd have to notice for it. Maybe we do it beginning of December.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. That'd be too much time. It's too much time. It does.
We got the middle.
Yeah. That'd be kind of brutal. I mean, we could hold it on. There's the 10th and the 17th of November, or we could do it on a Wednesday or the 12th and the 19th. Veterans Day is on the 11th. It's kind of a brutal period of time, just with all the holidays going on.
Yeah.
No, we could do it. We could definitely do it on the 12th.
I think that's.
I think that's not unfair. Everybody can kind of back, but there was an extended weekend.
Wednesday, November 12th.
Okay, we will set the date for the 12th of November. Oh yeah, can I have a motion to set the public hearing or public referendum for local law number 4 on November 12th. Michelle, what are our general hours? We've done 8 to 8?
Yeah.
Okay, or 8:30?
Done 9 to 9 to 9.
Okay, so let's do 9 to 8 o'clock.
I'll make the motion. Second.
All in favor? Okay. This brings up another topic, though. In 2018, the village board did vote to utilize $100,000 of the mountain money funds. 50,000 of that would be for a marketing campaign, which I believe became the Discover Ellenville campaign over the next couple of years. And then also to utilize $50,000 for a parking area for the North Gully Falls and some refurbishment in the front of it. That $50,000 was never utilized by the village. It has sat in a separate account all of these years. I think likely, it was probably prudent in the end that maybe it didn't go forward establishing this parking area. We've already dealt with a number of issues, especially in light of some of the deaths that we've had recently at some of our watering holes over the years. It is village property. It would put a huge amount of liability on us. But it does become the question of what to do with these monies. It sat there for all of these years. I don't believe, and there's no there's no language in the law that says what happens if you simply choose not to use the money. We do seem to have confirmation we cannot put it back in the reserve fund, even if we try to, go through certain various legal means. Yeah, it's basically whatever monies were initially put in can only be those monies that are put in, nothing else can go back in, even if it was in it. So I would think the best course of action would be to hold a public referendum to repurpose it and figure out a use case for it. So anyways, just something to keep on everybody's mind. I think we should address that over the next figure out where we're gonna go with that. And just kind of deal with that once and for all.
Yeah.
Okay. Building report, Dan, I know you have the short-term rental application fees for us to establish them or to update them rather.
To establish that, there's never been any case established, so.
Okay.
What I sent was the recommendation, you guys move on to this. I'm getting requests for additional short-term rental to come in.
Sure.
And I have no direction on it.
Okay.
So
So
then they have to go to the planning board, but there's no direction of fees.
sure. So we have a $500 initial application fee.
That's a one-time application fee.
Correct.
Every short-term rental that's
Yeah.
currently available.
Yep.
And the new one's coming in as well.
And then we have an annual $200 fee after.
That's a license renewal,
Okay.
but they also have to have their annual fire safety inspection, which is $100 per unit.
Okay.
So a two-family house would be $200, single family would be $100.
Now, did we not have, October, wasn't he having a date for, doing something with the tenant? Were you doing something in October?
October 6th is the
Yeah.
workshop, the
Workshop,
the
okay.
recommendations of
Yeah.
zoning.
So
Okay, I just want to remind everybody that, yeah,
sure. So Dan, we'll just for the sake, because we have you here, if there's no discussion, if there's, we can motion to set those short-term application fees right now.
yeah.
I just have a question before motion. So currently there's no initial application fee.
There are no fees other than the fire safety inspections.
Right. So how did you come to the thought of $500 for the initial?
The initial application fee, I've checked other municipalities and their application fees are anywhere from $500 to $2,000. That's the initial application fee. Their annual licensing fees generally range from $300 to $500 a year.
Okay, so we're on the low end of what everyone else is.
I'm not looking to squash the business, I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
to enhance it, so. But I also don't wanna have any effect on the residential housing at the same time, so I wanna have some sort of controls over it.
Yeah, understood. I was just wondering how you came to the fees,
And then, so some of the genesis of this one, the local law was passed back in 2020. Basically stipulated that we would set an application fee, and ultimately we never got to it. So now this is kind of cleaning that out and letting us move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I can have a motion,
To approve the application fee. So it's $500 initial, $200 license per year,
renewal.
renewal, right,
Every January.
January, yeah. And then $100 fire inspection per unit per year. Correct, so. Thank you. A motion second?
All in favor? Or did I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I do have one other thing that I'd like you guys to think about. In the industrial districts, we don't allow farming for obvious reasons, but I'm getting some calls on indoor cultivation of marijuana. There's a guy who, and I already told him he could go to the planning board for a special use permit. He is licensed by the state. It's a small time operation. He's not allowed to sell from that location. He can only grow it and distribute from that location.
And the location he's looking at is 202 Canal. The problem I have is nowhere in the zoning do we have cultivating.
Let's,
So that's something that you guys need to think about.
yeah, so he's gonna go before the planning board.
Yeah.
Let's see what the planning board says, they certainly have a better informational base than you,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there.
Like I said, I just wanted you to be aware of it.
Yep.
So then he would cultivate it from,
An indoor cultivation, it's not outdoor.
and he would sell it from the same.
No, you can't sell it from there, you can distribute.
And Dan, to confirm, these would be raised, these would not be, right, he's not.
They're not in the
cultivating
ground, no, this
right?
is like hydroponics,
Okay,
so.
yeah. So it's industrialized agriculture.
Good term for it. All right,
Okay, all right, so we'll start working through the resolution.
I'll make the motion on various expenditure for the jobs. Thanks to the tax collected for Ross
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion, can I have a motion authorizing the mayor to sign the SRR agreement with the Ellenville Central School District from September 1st, 2025 to August 31st, 2026?
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion authorizing the use of Burham Road Park Pavilion on Saturday, April 25th, 2020? Is this 2026?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting ahead of it. Okay. Just one question. I see the insurance certificate has been provided. Does that carry beyond the date that they're proposing?
For the.
It's specifically for that date. It's about insurance. Okay.
I'll make.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion for the Board of Trustees to adopt the pro-housing committees communities pledge resolution? This is a roll call vote. This is the state's pro-housing language for us to adopt so that we can, this is a key component of the New York Forward application. We have to a housing community, but it also is a general statement to say we are willing to consider and make changes that are in support of adding additional housing units to the village of Ellenville.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
It said roll call vote.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Trustee Ivy,
Yes.
Trustee Ellis,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Younger.
Aye.
Aye. Trustee Ellis.
Yeah.
That's right. Can I have a motion authorizing the village clerk to advertise for the village manager's position? Applications are due back by October 24th, 2025.
One second.
All in favor? Motion to, okay, we've already done that. Motion to authorize, so actually just before we jump in, historically, the village has had combined water and sewer, a combined water and sewer bank account. They are two separate funds and they should, realistically speaking, have two separate bank accounts to make sure that it's not muddied between the two. So the treasurer has recommended that we finally do that. So with that, if I can have a motion to authorize a new sewer checking account with M&T Bank and a request that M&T Bank change the title of the existing water sewer bank account to water.
How do we know how to divvy up the funds now than what's already in there?
A lot of accounting, which it's basically leaves a lot of room for error.
With our new accounting software, it's kind of separate.
So now any basically when we, along with the new billing platform, so when we receive a payment for water and sewer, they're actually split between what portion was sewer, what portion was water.
So we'll initially, we're gonna initially, like we always have, deposit everything into water and sewer, and then Pam or Casey will see what.
I get going forward how that's going to work, but I'm asking the existing account has both of the monies, and you just said on here that we're just gonna now call it water, which has some of the sewer money in it. How is that, how are we gonna find out what belongs actually to sewer and put it in their account versus them starting at zero? Moving forward, so that is the question, you can't just say, oh, this is water now and it has sewer money in it, because that doesn't work out very well.
So here's what we'll do. We will table this. We'll have the treasurer come to the next meeting
Yeah.
and just go through the process.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
Can I have a motion, so for clarity on this, so we issued this RFP for single audit services for the emergency shelter. About a little over a month ago. After we issued it, we did work with HCR on the RFP. After we issued it, we received a couple of questions from potential bidders. It relayed some of those questions. They were very specific, so I relayed them to HCR. On their recommendation, they advised us to change some of the language and also include a couple of supplemental pieces. And in effect, they told us to void the original RFP, to reissue it, and with the components. So with that, if I can have a motion to issue an updated RFP for the single audit services for fiscal years of 2021 and 2022.
Second.
All in favor? This one is a little sad. I will ask for a motion in a minute for professional planning services, but our longtime planner, Dan Schuster, is finally, I don't want to say retirement because I don't know that Dan ever does retire, but he's going to be stepping away from providing planning services to the village board. Yeah, which I believe and I believe he started when the village implemented zoning. You know, he was our first planner. Yeah.
So with Joe here, just so that the next planning board meeting, I'm gonna send you all an invite to attend that last planning board meeting at 6:30, and we have a little something for.
Great. So, you know, this is gonna be a sea of change a little bit. And with that, unfortunately, with regret, we have to issue an RFP for professional planning services for the planning board and the zoning board of appeals.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Can I have a motion reaffirming, and so I'll just discuss this, a motion reaffirming the mayor to sign the memorandum of agreement with the Ellenville Central School District, Go Beyond Greatness, and the Ellenville chapter of the NAACP. This is to support My Brother's Keeper. They are seeking out a grant, and one of the key components that they love to see are community organizations working together. And so we want to help support them in this grant, and we want to help support them in any activities that they take on. So what the village will be providing as a part of this memorandum of agreement is access to our facilities to host an event. So if they want to use the village court space, we will provide it to them free of cost, the 5th floor, Burnham Park, and their any other sites. So with that, if I can have that motion,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion authorizing payment to Daniel Pollan in the amount of $140.30 for the mileage from August 29th through September 17th, 2025?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 6.
Michelle, we did conduct the motion for the short-term rental application fees, right? Did we do that?
Yes, so it was, Ivy and Younger. Okay, all
Okay.
right. Just wanted
Okay, I would like to go to executive session to discuss a contractual matter, but before that, board report, trustee Ellis.
I just wanna let you guys know Thursday, Citizen of the Year is Maud Bruce is here, they're honoring her, starts at 5:30 at Honors Legion. It's getting darker fast, quick, so be aware of children walking around, running around. It gets dark faster than we think, and I also just wanna bring up us as a community, you know what, I'll do that another time. I'm glad Maud on Thursday, they're honoring you, and I'm excited to go.
That's it.
Deputy Mayor Yandel?
Yeah, I echo the sentiments of Samantha, congratulating or Bruce for Citizen of the Year. He's upon worthy of it. Unity forever, so it is very fitting. I just want to ask about the follow-up regard to the no outlet sign, Catherine, in that area, is that how they're moving forward with that?
I have to check in with trustee
Oh, yeah.
Briggs. He was gonna walk with Eddie. I haven't heard anything, but I can definitely check in with them.
Okay. All right.
Trustee Knighty?
I will be seeing you, Rod, on Thursday, and over the many years, it's been a pleasure to work with you on a variety of events. So I'm giving you a hug now, but I'll give you another one on Thursday. Okay.
Thank you.
What is this thing about the no outlet on Catherine Street?
So the last time we had a letter from a gentleman, the end of Catherine, and also we had the communication about what was it?
It was Catherine and Camp.
Howard on the one section of the connector from Market to 209. Trustee Briggs and Eddie were going to walk about looking up a no outlet sign somewhere there about on Camp or Highland Terrace. And then a blind driveway sign on Market when you make the right.
Yes.
So yeah, so they were gonna walk it. We haven't heard an update though. Okay, so a couple of quick items. First, Maud, I will also see you there on Thursday. And I think too, especially in light of everything that's going on in this country, it's great to honor, an individual who has helped an organization bring real progress, not to just Ellenville, but to this country. I think it's an important thing that we shine a light on. And it's a privilege to have you here and to have, everything that you've done for this community. So, it's just another great way to say, this is what we should look towards as an example of how we move forward. So thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
I'm hoping at the next meeting, we're going to have a pretty substantial update on the New York Forward application. A lot of pieces are starting to kind of come together, and how we're going to approach this. So hopefully at the next meeting in October, we'll have a good discussion on that. And then, Michelle, water sewer billing.
Yeah, so we're transitioning to a new water sewer program. It's been going mostly smooth. It's been a lot of work for the office staff, but we're getting through it on top of our day-to-day activities, and we looks like we're gonna be on time for this quarter's billing.
And, I actually do want to bring up, I know we had talked about it one other time. So in this mailing, there will be a notice of violation for the water or water infrastructure. Every 5 years, municipalities have to submit updated emergency response plans. Our last one was submitted back in 2020. In 2022, the state, I think in response to COVID and many other external factors, significantly updated what is required of the emergency response plan. Specifically, they added a vulnerability assessment, which is a terrorism related and cybersecurity. And specifically, the cybersecurity component took a significant amount of time. We were in communication with the Department of Health about it. It's a technical violation. There's no fine, there's no fee, but we knew we were likely to push past the due date, if you will, which we did by 2 weeks. Has since been submitted with all of the new data added into it. But it will be in there because that's what we're required to do. So with that, I'll have a motion to adjourn to go to executive session for contractual purposes, not to reconvene.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor? Thank you, everyone.
Joe.
You know?